Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified internist and an addiction medicine specialist. Tonight, we're happy to have Henry Rollins on the show. Hi, Henry.
How you doing, man?
Good. Oh, boy. Henry's scarier when he's not in the studio for some reason.
Yeah. I don't scare you guys. Come on.
Henry's, are you in?
Yes, I am.
Are you flashing on this? We did this with him when you and I were in Florida.
Oh, we did.
He was in here, remember?
That's right.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. All right. Not that weird.
I can do to stay together with you guys, I'll do it.
Thanks, Henry. We always enjoy having you on the show.
Get some!
And thanks for staying up, because I know I've done that New York run a few times at 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., and it's a little bit of a bitch. So
yeah, I have to be up in a few hours to go spend a delightful amount of time with Howard Stern, so I got a few more hours of sleep before that starts.
Beautiful.
So you're the good part of my day.
Oh, thank you. And, you know, Henry, that brings me to a point which is, I've mentioned it a time or two, something you never hear about show business is how tiring it is. I mean, how screwed up the hours are.
Yeah, there's a lot of lost sleep in this business.
The hours are screwed up, but it's still not that tiring. You know what I'm saying?
No, because there's a bunch of chopped up kiwi and cheese everywhere you go, and It's not that bad, and you can't complain, but it's screwy hours.
Yeah.
I think Drew has less sleep than all of us.
No,
he's doing all that other stuff.
In fact, I just went through a 36-hour period of sort of full moon where people are falling out of the sky into the emergency room, and let me assure you, that's worse.
All right. Well, I still feel sorry for us big celebrities, especially Henry. Nice is the name of the new CD, which is going to be out tomorrow, right, Henry?
Yeah.
Which is today for you.
True.
And that is the Rollins Band, and there's going to be a tour that's going to go, a headlining tour that's going to go through the end of September. Is that going everywhere, Henry?
Yeah, we've been on it for about 20 shows now. And it'll go to the end of this year, and then we'll start again next year and go till August. So it's about another year's worth of shows happening.
Adam, imagine if you could have just gotten a hold of the cover of the Rollins Band CD when you were 15.
Yeah,
okay.
Just that beautiful.
I'm getting a little bit of flack for that cover.
Well, but it beats the girl on the side of the blow-up raft that you used to masturbate to, right?
How dare you, Drew? Look, there's nothing wrong with lusting after a woman whose picture's on the side of a raft box when you're 15 at the Big Five.
Yeah, but when you're still doing it at your age, Adam, that's where we call in Dr. Drew.
But, Henry, it's important for me to stay in touch with my younger side, literally because of the job I have to do with the kiddies every night.
Yeah, it's good for you to always be in touch with the boy in you, I guess.
Well, here's something off of Nice, the new CD, like I said, out tomorrow. Henry's also got himself a book called Smile, and that's out now. And you can check out, if you want to find some tour dates, or you want to buy a book, or you want to do any of this stuff, you just do the www.henryrollins.com, and you can get all the information you need, right, Henry?
Yeah.
All right, so you know how it goes. We'll take some calls, we'll hear some songs, and we'll chat more to Henry Rollins. Heather?
Hello?
You're 14?
Yeah.
What's up?
I want to know if your hymen grows back after a certain amount of time.
Mine didn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why? What happened to yours?
I was with my ex-boyfriend and we had sex.
Why would you want it to come back?
For the next guy.
Because one of my friends said that it came back.
No, it doesn't. But why would that be a good thing, if it were, let's say?
I'm not saying it. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, it doesn't come back.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say you guys rock for, taking all of our calls.
You're quite welcome.
Thanks, Heather. Heather, pay attention in health class next time, all right?
Okay. That was very
I just
serious.
started health class.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, you haven't got to the hymen repair part yet. Okay. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
And be careful with those guys.
I'm not planning to have sex anytime soon.
All right.
Was it kind of disappointing?
Yeah, because I got really drunk and I blacked out, and I guess he had sex with me.
Well, that's called a rape, Heather.
Well, the thing is, I still had a crush on him, and from what people told me,
yeah,
I was willing or something.
Yeah, but if you don't remember, then that's rape.
But it's a rape, but she'd have a tough time proving it. People saw her, But be that as it may, Is there alcoholism in your family, Heather? People drink a little bit?
My dad.
Yeah. The fact that you're blacking out at 14 does suggest that you may have that disease, and you really, really got to take care of this.
It's an interesting angle, which is like, he raped me. Yeah, but I had a crush on him, so how much rape is it? All right, let's talk to Karen, who's 31.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
Oh, my gosh. I was thinking, we get a delay here in Denver, and I'm listening to System of a Down when y'all were talking to them the other night. They're who's on. Henry Rollins, you rock. Anyway, Adam, I heard y'all talking about the other night. I think Drew was telling you, and you were saying something about you mess up the month of October, and the 8th month they call the 8th October sometimes.
Yeah, I don't even know what I do. All I know is I don't read very well, I don't spell very well, and I still have problems with the numbers that coincide with the names of the months.
He does. August keeps coming out as October with him.
Well, technically, he's right. When the months were named, September, October, November, and December.
Oct for 8, right? Wait.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Now, I just out of curiosity, was that back like in medieval times?
I'm not sure when they did
Because Anna keeps having dreams about killing Huns on fjords and urinating on them, right? Isn't that what?
No, I wet myself one time. Well, I've wet myself a dozen times over the last 14 years. But that's not a problem.
But you're in a suit of armor and you're killing Huns.
That was the one time I could not get my armor down. Look, Drew, I don't care about being technically right with the numbers. Allison?
Alyssa?
It's Elisa.
Elisa, you're 16. You're on with Henry Rollins.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah. I have this really bad anxiety problem to the point that last year I missed almost a whole year.
Oh, boy.
What do you mean you missed the whole year of school, you mean?
Yeah, almost.
Why? You can't go in because it makes you too anxious?
I shake and I make myself sick.
You vomit?
Sometimes.
Are you seeing a psychiatrist?
Well, my dad changed because the psychiatrist we were going to wasn't listening to his point of view.
What was his point of view?
He said that I was doing better on a medicine, which I really wasn't. But my dad thinks he knows.
All right. What's important, though, is that you see someone and you're being disabled by psychiatric symptoms that should be easy to control. And that's awful.
Well, what should she take?
You know, it's sort of irresponsible of me to be making specifics.
Live a little.
But there are serotonin reuptake inhibiting medicines that they could sort of at least start with. And different ones work better for different people. But Paxil's a good one for panic and anxiety sometimes.
Well, I took that one, but they took me off of it because I was getting really nauseated off of it.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. And you might get someone who can sort of adjust the medications a little more carefully for you. And most of the anxiety medicines are addictive, so you have to be kind of careful with them. But low doses of them sometimes are good. The medicine called Boost Bar is good. There's lots of things that can be done for anxiety. Therapy definitely would be a good thing. There's a whole, in University of Washington, there's a whole behavioral management program for anxiety disorders. So it's something really you should take advantage of. Yeah. Why don't you check out the university's program, right?
Okay.
What'd you do? Just stay home those days?
Yeah, I would just stay home and hide from, the world.
Jeez. I wish I could have pulled that one off in high school.
Go to the university. If I remember right, one of the heads of the psychiatric department specializes in anxiety. So.
Did you get held back a grade?
Yes.
And you didn't do any homeschooling?
No, my dad doesn't want me to do that.
Where's your mom?
She's in Boston.
Well, he doesn't want you to do homeschooling, but as long as you're home for the day, shouldn't you learn something?
Yeah, I'm a very smart girl.
I know. You figured a way to get out of school. 7/8 of school.
Well, I've had to go to court for it.
Okay. Well, I guess if you don't show up, they take you to court.
Wow.
All right, take care of yourself, all right? Get on those medications. And I know you're angry at your dad, but leave the guy alone.
Okay.
Isn't it your mom that skipped out?
No, it's a long story.
All right. But you're living with your dad, right?
Yes.
It's why you're anxious, though, right?
Probably.
Your dad's like an uptight guy?
He actually used to be nervous himself.
Do you have some sort of post-traumatic stress reaction? Or did you see some awful trauma or something?
They used to fight pretty bad, but that's all I can think of.
Do you have flashbacks?
Sometimes.
Oh, please. Look, she wasn't a nom. She just saw her parents get into a spat.
When you're 4, you see that. It's you might as well be a nom.
Really?
That's where PTSD comes from. That's where all the characterologic problems come from. It's a mess.
No. Henry, you buy that?
Henry's asleep. Wake up, Henry.
I just said that to wake him up.
I'm just listening intently. Yeah, I saw a lot of domestic aggravation growing up, and it definitely left a mark on me.
Yeah. See?
Now, did your parents get divorced eventually?
They got divorced before I was standing up talking and stealing cars, and that kind of back and forth thing, they were doing with me as the ping pong ball in between was not so easy to be young and deal with that.
Yeah, it always
makes you it's very destabilizing.
Yeah, it's when they start using the kid to barter in the relationship, it's crazy. I mean, there could be no more selfish act in the world, could there be?
No.
All right. Oh, look at him. He's got himself a CD out and a book out, and he's fallen asleep in New York. Margaret?
Yeah, hello.
You're 19. What's up?
How you doing today, Adam? Drew, how are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. Sometimes I fantasize about being raped, but I don't ever want it to happen, but I want to know what that means about me.
Maybe you're just a fan.
No. Drew?
I don't know that there's any sort of... I certainly can't make any blanket statement about you based on that fantasy.
Well, no, a lot of women have that.
Yes, but I can't see it means something global about her personality structure.
But don't you think most women have a fantasy about being sort of taken by a man?
Yes.
Not the guy who eventually rapes you, the drunken wino from the park with the hepatitis, but I mean taken sort of almost forcefully.
Absolutely, I think they do. And I also was thinking lately, do you agree that a lot of men have a sort of, Henry, you ring in on this one if you think it's true, a real heavy desire to protect women, or certain women?
Oh, yeah, very much.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, really an extremely powerful urge to do that.
Yeah. I think men have that. I think women have an instinct to be sort of ravaged. Sometimes it's taken.
Yeah, but taken, but consumed, not like ravaged. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
fused with almost.
It was more. It was kind of like when in Gone with the Wind.
Right. Exactly.
When Rhett Butler said, "Kiss me," and she's like, "No," and he said, "Kiss me, you fool," and they clamp it on and they like it halfway into it.
And then she's singing the next morning.
Right.
Is the caller still on the line?
Yes, Margaret. Yeah.
I'm still here.
Hey, Margaret, have you ever had a boyfriend who hit you?
No.
Okay.
So you've never been the victim of some sort of violent crime or anything?
No,
Yeah, all right. So it's just your primitive brain speaking to you.
And Dr. Drew, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
What was your main motivation for getting into the field of work that you work in? Because that's what I'm starting to go for, and I wanted to know what helped you keep going.
His dad did it.
The field of work I'm in is pretty weird. I'm in a weird combination. I'm an internist, so I do general medicine all day, and then I run an addiction recovery program. I've been running medical and addiction services in a psychiatric hospital for about 10 years.
Well, was there anything that got you interested in the psychiatric work, just like helping people?
You know,
his dad made him do it.
No, not the psychiatric part. In fact, that was weird.
Said, look, you got to be a doctor or you're out.
No, you're on your own, man.
No half-Jew son of mine is not going to be a doctor. That's what he said.
But you know what? I really see the big health problems of our time, and particularly young people's problems, as being sort of easily sort of folding into the mental health area, particularly addiction and that kind of thing. So I've just naturally gravitated to all that. I'm a rapist.
Oh, Drew, please, you've said enough. Thanks, Margaret.
Suggestions for me?
Stay in school.
Just get in medical school. Just don't worry about the rest of it. Just get the hardest thing. And University of Arizona is a great program. So.
My dad's dream was for me to get into carpet cleaning, as you know.
And he saw his dream come true. Yes, he must have been delighted.
My dad called me the other day. You know, I send him to Philadelphia once a year because that's where he's from, and he can't afford his own plane ticket. So once a year, I pay for his plane ticket.
Nice. He
called me 2 days ago. He wanted an upgrade in the hotel room. Oh. He was like, listen, boy, I'm 70 years old, and I stay in these dumps each time. How about I stay somewhere nice this year? I was like, how long are you going to be there? It's like a week. So how much? Like $225 a night. I was like, all right, Dad, live it up, but no tombstone. You're squandering your tombstone money, Dad.
Gonna keep you in a jar of my fireplace.
Bianca?
Yeah.
You're 16. You're on with Henry Rollins.
Hey. I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah?
Okay, 2 days ago, we were having a party, back-to-school bash, and we went out back to smoke some weed. And after I had done that, they told me it was laced with opium.
Yeah, I've seen that most of the back-to-school banners. Opium, weed.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome, freshmen. Here's some opium.
Pencils.
So, what did it make you feel like?
At first I was feeling pretty good, but then later on I was, I was going numb. And I started panicking, and my heart was beating real fast, and I started freaking out, thinking I was going to die.
Yeah, that's a pot thing. That's not an opium thing.
Is that because they told you about it?
It might have been.
Yeah, I think so. Have you ever had panic before? Do you smoke pot regularly?
Every now and then.
Did it ever give you panic before?
No.
Okay, well, it can. And sometimes I've seen cases where 3 or 4 times in pot, panic like that occurs, and then it keeps occurring even when you're not smoking pot.
Well,
it's like it opens up a pathway that keeps on occurring.
Well, and that's my other thing. Mental disability runs in my family.
Yeah.
All right. Well, stay away from the drugs then, right?
Yeah, I tell myself that every time.
Well, you're 16. How long have you been doing battle with yourself?
How long? For 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have addiction in your family?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you got to stay away from this.
Okay.
Well, here's the deal, Bianca. Here's what I want to say. It's as if you have diabetes. Between your family's history of mental problems and your family's history of substance abuse problems, you got to be careful.
Okay.
You have to go. You can have a nice, long, healthy, good life, but you gotta kind of be careful.
Yep.
You could screw it up pretty quickly.
Yep.
Because you have a sort of predisposition to that.
The other thing I was wondering...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yes. All right. Question B.
Yeah. Is speed really bad for, does it have real bad effects?
Well, Bianca, based on what Adam just said, what do you think? Just based on your predispositions.
I can do speed, but you can't. That's the deal.
Now, should you get involved with it and you keep going with it for a while, yes, it can. High-dose speed over a few years can basically do the same thing as moderate exposure to ecstasy.
Oh.
It can burn out the limbic system of the brain. People have a lot of memory problems.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
All right. So please take care of that. And like I said, you already got one foot in the bucket when it comes to this stuff. Don't mess with it.
Yeah.
Let's
Rollins Band.
Rollins Band, everybody. We're going to hear something from Nice, a new CD? Oh, I got the CD in here? Oh, okay. Should I just rub it on the microphone?
Yeah. Somebody want to come get this? See why I don't like it when you have them? Henry, what do you want to hear?
Well, I thought...
Oh, I don't know. Something that's short so you don't cut it off halfway through.
Oh, we wouldn't do that to you, Henry.
How about
a
nice something fast?
Something fast.
And short.
Something short. Should I tell you the cuts and you tell me where to stop?
Well, how about playing the first song on the record?
One shot?
Hey, we can't do that right now because I got to listen to it, make sure it's
right.
There's no bad words or anything.
Well, we're not going. He's got to cue it up and do that anyway, so we'll hear it on the next break. But I'll tell you what, we'll take one more call, we'll take a break, and then we'll hear something from the new Rollins Band. What is that, Lila?
Hi.
Hi, you're 15.
Hi. Last year I got expelled from school.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't really for one reason. It was just because I wasn't listening to any rules and I wasn't going to class and everything. And
well, what was going on at home that was making you do all that?
It's just been for a long time. It's not really that they ignore me. It's kind of like I'm not really taken seriously in anything, you know?
Right.
It's kind of a cultural thing. I don't know. Anyway, but...
What's the culture?
Armenian.
Yeah. The system of that...
Yeah.
Some of the down guys are Armenian. Yeah, but what do they do? They don't take women seriously?
Yeah, kind of.
Or they don't take kids seriously? Or
just
what?
kids, actually. Kids and especially.
Okay.
My parents aren't really like that. It's just that they've always had problems amongst themselves and everything. And my mom's kind of selfish, and I've really never had a relationship with my father, at all.
Right.
I was going to therapy for a while and stuff, and I don't know, she sent me to a psychiatrist because she said I had severe anxiety problems. At night when I was sleeping, I would cut myself.
At night?
With what?
I don't know, when I would wake up, and I guess I don't really remember the nightmare that was.
Wow. Did you see some awful thing happen or something? Anything happen?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you think something happened to you?
Well, that's what my therapist, she told me that I might have had something happen to me as a kid that I've like blocked out of my memory or something like that.
Well, that kind of, those sorts of fugues and cutting in yourself and those extreme sleep disturbances suggest something heavy happened. But, maybe it's just all the chronic trauma of being in that family.
Yeah.
Well, what's the question, Lila?
Well, okay, the question is, I was with my boyfriend for 2 years, almost 2 years, and recently, his family never liked me, and, my family never, whatever, that whole story, and we just broke up when I got expelled and stuff, but it's just that I haven't been able to move on. It's been, 7 months, and I can't stop. It's not that I'm obsessed, but it's I don't know, that was the first, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Once you pass 3 months, you're getting near obsession, wouldn't you say?
I don't know. I've obsessed for a year, maybe
me too,
more.
But I did not call it obsession.
Oh, you called obsession?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Lila?
Yeah?
We're calling it obsession. But you're not calling him, right?
No, I don't even talk to him.
It's
I'm
obsessive.
Not I haven't been stalking him
it's
or anything.
It's obsessive thinking, obsessive thought. You're perseverating.
No, not even that. It's just I can't get over him.
Yeah, that would be
it for me. He made me feel so comfortable.
Lyle, that's excessive thinking about that. Thinking about not getting over it, thinking about how it was.
But
No,
you don't think about him at all, ever?
No.
You don't ever think about him?
I do, but I have been on dates with other guys.
I understand, but in the meantime, you're obsessed with this.
No,
it's just I can't get over him.
Yeah, that's called an obsession. That's called an obsession.
No.
But why is it an obsession?
No.
Because you can't get over him.
But there's different levels. There's infatuation, there's love, and there's obsession. I've never been obsessed with anything.
Jesus Christ.
Well, now you're obsessed.
Listen, if I was Lila's mom and put a loaded pistol on her nightstand, hope she used it in the middle of the night. For Christ's sake, she's driving me insane, this one. Look at Lila. Look, you take care of yourself, would you? You're a smart person, but you're all up in your head.
I can't help it.
I know, but you're gonna have to get yourself some help.
I tried.
You got a good IQ and a good brain, but you're a little nutty, and you got to do something with that.
How and what?
I don't know if it's about exercise or taking walks or listening to classical music, or I don't know what it is with you, but you got to find something.
I've tried.
How about pottery or yoga or something?
I've gone all through those stages.
How about that salsa dancing?
I've been doing dance.
You got to do something. You need something.
I know. I went through that stage, trying to find my passion to get rid of all my other problems. It didn't work.
Hey, Henry. You're
how old are you?
I'm
you said
15.
Well, 15's a really difficult age, and it's easy to get hung up on the person you were really into because you think you'll never feel that way about anybody else again.
No.
Okay, stop saying no.
I've heard this all before.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to argue with you.
I know.
All I'm saying is I'm much older than you are, and I remember that age as being extremely difficult. So what I'm suggesting is perhaps you give yourself a little bit of slack to be young and not necessarily know everything, and at your age...
But I don't try to.
Hold on, just let me finish. Emotions can be pretty tidal wave size, and so sometimes it's hard to get a little bit of perspective. Important thing to do is to stay active and stay healthy and know without a doubt in your mind that things do get better, even though they seem pretty dark and unfathomable at some points.
And you must find a way to trust people.
I do trust people.
All right.
She just really digs this guy. It's all right.
All right. Do you have any friends?
Yeah, one. No, but I used to have so many. But, when you get expelled...
Okay.
Well, it sounds to me like you should be getting back in school. That's
no!
For sure.
I am.
All right. Listen, get some friends. That's what you need, friends.
You need some professional
all right,
help.
and
a
little help.
It's about just sitting down, shutting up, taking direction. That's that.
Yeah. Boy,
trusting.
15, boy. All right. Henry Rollins is over there in New York. We're out here in L.A. We're going to hear something off the new CD. It's called Nice. It is out in stores tomorrow, and we'll be right back with Henry Rollins. Hey, Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Henry Rollins is our guest tonight. He's coming to us out of a studio in New York. So it's late for him, and we thank him for hanging with us tonight. Nice is the name of the new CD. It's going to be out tomorrow, August 21st. Also, if you want to find any of Henry's books or other albums or any tour dates or anything like that, you can just check out www.henryrollins.com, and you'll get all the information you want. So we'll why don't we take a call, and then we'll hear a song from the Rollins Band. You there, Henry?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Carlos?
Hello?
17?
Yes.
What's up?
My question is it possible for a doctor to find out if a girl is having sex? If they already know that she did once, if it's possible for them to find out if she is?
No.
It isn't?
No.
Okay.
Well, not unless she's pregnant.
No, it's just that my girlfriend's parents threatened her to take her to the doctors.
Or if you find semen in the vagina, they can test for that.
Or on her. You can go over her with a black light. My dad used to have the doctor do that to my sister. Found Satan's name written out in semen on her stomach, actually.
Nice. Okay. And
hey, Carlos?
Yeah?
So you're, how old is your girlfriend?
She's 16.
She's 16, and her parents don't want her having sex with you?
Well, her parents don't want me around her.
How come?
They are very overprotective.
Is there something about you they don't like?
They don't want her with any boyfriend, with a guy, with making contact with the guy at all.
All right, so nothing personal. It's just that you're a guy.
Yeah.
And you're into their daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't get her pregnant.
I'm trying not to.
How are you doing that?
Using condoms, but we're not having sex like constantly, just once in a while.
Yeah, all you need to do it is once to get pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so using condom every time?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And
you don't believe him?
No.
Huh?
Carlos, you using a condom every time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have
same one?
No.
No, okay. Just checking.
One more question.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's crazy to wait for her till she turns 18? It's going to be like in about maybe 16 months.
No.
Wait for what?
Well, when her parents are like, when she can do whatever she wants without being locked down, because she's like on lockdown.
Is she out of control, or her parents just hyper?
Not. I mean, she's like a good girl. She got good grades and everything. Just her parents, she can't talk on the phone, not even to girls. She can't go out.
Do her parents have some kind of a wacky religion or something?
No, they're Catholic, and she has a stepmother. That's her, and her stepmother's mostly the one with the problem.
Do you see her at school?
Yeah.
When do you guys have time to have sex?
So one, like in a blue moon, when we can get out of school without her parents finding out.
Right. Okay. So
it's like only been like a few times, in like the last 2 years.
Right. It's that weird daytime sex.
Yeah, I guess so.
But you've been going out with her for 2 years?
Yeah, on and off.
You want to hang out another 18 months?
Yeah. 16. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, Carlos.
All right, thanks a lot.
Hang in there, buddy.
I mean, why not with Carlos, You know what I mean?
Why not?
He's really into her. He seems like a decent guy.
Yeah, and he's smart. He's just hanging back until one of the parents dies, and then he's going to swoop in and have nothing but sex with her. All right, let's hear something from the Rollins Band CD. This one's called, CD that is called Nice, and this one's called One Shot. Long applause there at the end, Anderson. That is the Rollins Band off of the new CD, Nice, which is coming out tomorrow. Henry Rollins is our guest tonight. He's in New York in a studio, and it's real late over there, so we appreciate him staying up. We will hop back to the phones and speak to Lori, who's 39. Lori?
Yes.
What's up?
Well, after my daughter was born, I started experiencing extremely painful orgasms.
Where's the pain?
Inside. I don't know exactly where.
Deep inside?
Yeah.
Did you have it looked into?
I told my doctor about it, and he just kind of like made a joke about it, and that was about it.
All right, you need to go back and take it very seriously. Is it sort of a visceral kind of pain, like an ache, or what kind of pain is it?
It's kind of like a really severe cramp.
Is it every time?
Yes.
Do you ever have endometriosis?
Huh?
Did you ever have endometriosis?
No.
Really? What kind of joke did he make?
Well, he asked me, well, how do you know you're having an orgasm? And I looked down, and he goes, why, because it hurts? And I said, well, yeah, pretty much, basically. But, You found that funny too, huh?
No, I just thought the hi-hat was funny there.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, how's everything else going?
Well, it's okay, but my daughter has what they call loose ligaments, and I want to know what can cause that.
What's going on in the background there, Lori?
Somebody's laughing at something. I don't know. I'm in another room.
Oh, okay.
Does she have a connective tissue disease?
Pardon me?
Does she have a connective tissue disease?
I don't think so.
Loose ligaments is just a
What's that mean?
description. It's just that her, people call it double jointed. Like there's loose joint.
Okay. Well, they were trying to accuse me of drug use during my pregnancy.
Oh, yeah. But you have done some drugs in your day, right?
Oh, yeah, in my day, yeah. But I even quit taking my prescription medication.
Which is what?
Well, which was. I've been off that for over a year, which is Xanax and Klonopin for panic disorder.
Hey, what would you doing drugs do to her ligaments? Would that affect that, Drew?
Not that I'm familiar with. What drug were they particularly worried about?
I'm not exactly sure. They just said suspected drug use because of the loose ligaments.
Huh. That's the news to me.
You ever do any speed?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that voice.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. When you started talking, I just started thinking about speed. I don't know why.
Oh, well.
All right.
No, it's been quite a while.
Yeah, all right. So you're good and clean now?
Definitely.
All right. Taking care of your daughter?
Yep.
All right. So, Drew, what should she do about the painful orgasms?
You got to go back there and be taken more seriously. Maybe it's a spasm of the pubococcygeus muscle. Maybe you have a endometriosis that's sitting there causing irritation of some of that around ligament or something. So when it moves during the contractions of orgasm, it causes pain. I'm not quite sure, but it needs to be looked into.
What about through oral sex? Still pain?
No. Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
All right.
I was thinking, never mind.
I bet I could give you a painless orgasm.
You bet you could, huh?
Yeah, I think I could.
That's one thing that little penis is good for.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I'd like to give you a try.
Oh, I bet.
All right.
Okay.
All right, go tell the doctor to quit joking about it this time.
All right.
Okay, take care of that kid.
All right, thank you.
You got a husband?
I'm a widow.
Ooh. Oof. What happened to him? OD?
No.
Motorcycle?
No, congenital heart failure.
I knew it.
Congestive heart failure?
Yeah, whatever.
At what age?
What age? Right after his 43rd birthday.
Wow.
That's drug use, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, that's drugs.
It was actually alcohol.
Yeah, well, it damages the heart muscle just the way,
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, not too far off at the OD.
Yeah.
All right, Lori, take care of that kid of yours. Stay sober, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Be careful. All right. All right. I got a weird vibe from her. I like a scary speed vibe from her. We are going to take ourselves a little break. Henry Rollins is over there in New York. We're out here in L.A. as per usual. We'll come back. We'll talk to young Matt, who's 17, has a question about asking girls out, and hear more from Rollins Band and all that after this. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Henry Rollins is our guest tonight. Henry's out of New York, and he is staying up with us. He's here to promote Nice, which is the new CD, which is out on August 21st. That is tomorrow, everybody. And it's today if you're hearing this show on a one-day delay. All right, Henry, thanks for hanging with us, and let's keep going with the calls. We'll talk to Matt, who's 17. Matt?
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Matt.
I always want to talk to you. I dig the man show a lot. Love the Juggies.
Thank you.
Well, anyway, my question is, well, first I'm going to start with my kind of problem that I have. All my life, up through high school, I'm a senior now, I've been made fun of a lot, and I've, been kind of shy with the ladies, and there's, now that I'm a senior, there's this one that really, really digs me a lot, and she's around me all the time. And I'm just really, really shy to ask her out.
You pansy!
You know that she's into you, though.
Yeah, I know she's into
Are you afraid if you get going down the road with her that you're going to be sort of sucked into a relationship that maybe you're not sure you want to be in?
Well, I think because I did just get out of jail for a sexual offense, so that's another reason why I'm really scared to ask her.
What was the offense?
It was attempted molestation of a minor.
Ooh.
Ooh, I know.
Well, I think just about every 17-year-old's done some time for attempted molestation of a minor.
How minor a minor?
How minor? She was 6.
Ooh. What's up there, Matt? What's going on?
Well, when I was 10, my older cousin molested me.
Right.
And I didn't get any help, which was, I know, the wrong thing to do.
Okay.
So have you recently gotten some help?
Yeah, I've been in the process of getting help now.
Okay.
Are some of those impulses settling down a little bit?
Yeah, and like I said, that's the reason why I'm scared to ask her, because of the offense.
Well, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of a little early, because I just got out on the 17th.
Does she know that?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, but she's still into you. She's coming after you, right?
Right.
Well, it makes you ask a few questions about her, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
All right, but Matt, are you scared that she's going to awaken the criminal in you?
No, I'm just afraid that, since she's 17 too, I'm just afraid that, she has some kind of plan going upstairs to screw me over or something, because, like I said, it's the only girl in my entire life that's really dug me this much.
So you think she's up to something?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
Always wait till she's 18.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even get that.
Oh, you mean like she's going to entrap you, like you're going to have sex with another minor?
Yeah.
But you're a minor. You're 17.
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't?
No.
Nope.
Well, hold on a second, though. Isn't it worse to be an adult of age and have sex with a minor than it is to have two minors?
Depends on the state.
It is.
Depends on the state. In California, you have a 3-year window that you can do it. In other words, you can be 19 to be with a 17-year-old.
Right, but two 17-year-olds is, technically, yes, I guess. But, does that get prosecuted that much? Or maybe if you got a history like Matt does.
I've heard about it many times on this show.
This was my first offense.
I have heard it many times on this show.
Right.
Not many, but a number of times.
All right. Hey, Matt.
Yeah?
Look, there's not too many chicks out there who like you. There's one that does.
Take her out.
I say go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
You may not see the likes of her for a while.
Oh, yeah, I know.
All right? And don't talk too much about the molestation charges.
All right.
Stick to current events.
All right.
Okay, like this stem cell research.
Macedonian crisis.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right, the Middle East.
All right.
All right, Matt. Take care of yourself.
I was going to think of trying to impress her with a couple impressions I can do. I can do Krusty the Klown and Chewbacca from Star Wars.
All right, let's hear them both.
All right. Okay, here's Krusty the Klown, all right?
All right.
What?
It's good. I like that.
All right, that's good for at least a hand job.
And then Chewbacca, you know how they had to use a whole bunch of technical crap to get his voice? And,
Right. Not you, right?
Right, I can just sit there and...
Wow. Nice.
Now, can you do any dialogue? As Krusty?
I can do something. I listen to the radio all the time, and I hear him always going, "Hey, hey!"
Yeah, that's him.
Come on, you snarls! Do something!
Okay, Matt, you're in like
Man,
Flint.
There's a career for you here.
Yeah. When she hears about Krusty and Chewbacca, that's it.
All right.
It's going to be love. All right, you ask her out, all right?
All right.
All right, and keep with your therapy and do whatever older people tell you to do for now.
All right.
All right? Great.
What interesting characters to choose to imitate. But good, good choices.
Yeah, he's got range, this one. All right, let's talk to Michelle. Has a question for Henry. She's 26. Michelle?
Hi, Henry. I was curious about if you really saw yourself as the mechanic as you portrayed yourself in Ice Cream.
Well, I wasn't really portraying myself. It was an idea of a person very emotionally devoid who just has somehow superseded his emotions by just being very clinical and just moving from that standpoint. It's an aspect of human nature, but I don't really see it as myself per se.
You didn't put yourself in that space when you were writing that character?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But it's not like me every day.
But it wasn't your
there are moments,
experience.
some of it, but there's moments when all of us act mechanically and somewhat coldly, and so I was interested in prolonging that and seeing where it would take me. I also find it a very American thing in the way business is handled, business not personal, the way a lot of things are handled. And that book, Ice Cream, of which you speak, is it took me 9 years to write it.
What's it about?
America, basically. It's just my take on America, which is an ice cream. You know, it's hectic.
So what's different about business in other parts of the world?
I just think America suffers from a real lack of. Well, there's been a cultural breakdown on how we treat each other. And like you go to different countries of Europe, the family structure is stronger, and here we're just really rocking that capitalist cutthroat mentality in the urban setting. And I just wanted to capture that kind of that meanness in a book. And so I was basically just exploring that kind of thing, because actually I'm not very much like that at all.
What's the story?
Well, it's just a series of just random thoughts and essays, and it's pretty intense. It's pretty anti-human, but it's nothing that you haven't experienced out there before. It's just an aspect of human nature.
Hey, Michelle?
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling. Sure. All right, let's talk to, we got to take a break, but hold on. Adam, you're 13?
Yes, I want to know about masturbating with GAC and if it's safe.
GAC's a buddy of yours from school?
No, it's my friend just wanted to know. And
this isn't you.
Curious.
He's not masturbating yet.
No, nobody's doing this. Yeah, you don't masturbate yet. You don't have that voice.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you're just making this up.
Okay, whatever. I have another question, too.
All right, good. Hold on a second there, Adam. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back, and we're not going to talk to you, all right?
You're not?
No.
Okay.
All right, well, now hold on. Now I feel bad.
Oh.
Okay, do you have a real question for us?
Yeah.
You sure? What is it?
It's about my knees and their floating kneecaps.
Yeah, do you have Osgood Schlatters?
No, they're floating kneecaps, and I want to know if that's bad.
Okay.
I can, move them up and down.
No, you just don't. Yeah, it's all right. Don't do that.
All right.
You don't do that.
Is that called, what's it called, Osgood Schlatter?
Osgood Schlatters. It's different than this, but...
Okay. Take care of yourself there, young Adam. He who claims to masturbate with GAC. Henry Rollins is our guest. He's out in New York. We're going to take ourselves a little break. We'll come back. We'll hear something from the new Rollins Band CD and talk to you after this. Loveline, everybody. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Henry Rollins is our guest tonight. That was a little System of a Down who was in here last night, by the way. Henry Rollins is coming to us from New York tonight, and Nice is the name of the new CD. We'll hear something else off of that. That is out tomorrow, August 21st. You can want some information about tour dates or CDs or books or any one of Henry's numerous projects. You can check it out on www.henryrollins.com.
Just be nice.
All right, let's talk to Tony over here on line 3, who's 18. Tony?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hi, I got a question about kind of an erection problem that I have.
All right.
Like, I have been recently sexually active more than I have been before in my life, and all my partners are other men, and I cannot seem to get aroused as much as I usually do when I'm masturbating. And I used to think that it was the condom cutting off circulation or something whenever I would try to have anal sex, but then it would happen during other things. So I don't know if it's something wrong with me, or if I just need to get more blood pumping through it or something.
Well, are you on medication?
No.
Do you have any medical problems?
I have asthma.
Are you on asthma medicine?
Could it be heterosexual inside looking to tear itself out and reveal itself?
Maybe it's a subtle form of heterosexual protest.
I don't.
No.
I have no idea.
Are you bi or are you gay?
I'm gay as far as I know so far in my life.
Do you have any sexual trauma history?
I was sexually molested on several accounts in my childhood.
All right, so don't you think that could have some effect on how you experience yourself and your sexuality?
It could be, but I mean, I haven't had any bitterness towards anybody in my life so far.
Well, these things aren't usually right at the surface, and God knows what it is that's troubling you, but it's something about sex or that sort of re-triggers maybe feelings of anxiety, trauma, who knows what, helplessness.
What happened to you?
Well, I was when I was living in, I don't remember where it was, but it was whenever I was about 5 or 6. there was one of these neighborhood kids that would always, he had a reputation of getting in trouble a lot, and he would kind of like, he'd take me over to places and just kind of touch me all over, and it made me feel uncomfortable, but I didn't protest too much when it was going on, because I mean, I've known since I was really young that I've been attracted to guys.
How old were you when this happened?
About 6 or 7, and then in other times it was pretty much the same situation, different area.
Same kid?
No.
Different kids?
Yeah.
All right. But still something that could affect the penis and, your tender 18 years of age.
Yeah, there are plenty of guys that know they're heterosexual that are abused by a woman and screws them up good.
Really? Well, not as bad.
It screws them up.
All right, but better to have a woman get you.
Oh, yeah.
Tony?
Yeah.
How about a little therapy, perhaps?
For this in particular?
Just in general.
I've gone to counselors before. I mean, I've been through a divorce as a child, and I mean, I've gone through 3 or 4 counselors in my whole life.
How about some amyl nitrate then?
Yeah. Did you talk to them about this issue?
No, I mean, this has just been recently. I haven't.
No, but the sexual abuse.
Oh, that. Actually, I don't really like to talk to it about people.
All right. Well, that's what you need to talk about. And by the way, to me, going to a series of therapists by the time you're 18 is going to no therapist. If you said I've been to one for 4 years, I'd say all right. But going to a series of them is not anything.
I mean, this is like throughout my childhood. I've been sent to therapy for about 3 years, and then it just kind of quit. I mean, we've moved around a lot because of military family.
Right.
So I've had to change therapists. Some of them, my parents didn't like them, so we just...
What's your dad? What's his rank?
It's my mom, who's actually in the Navy. My dad, I have no idea where right now.
No idea where he is right now?
Nope.
Ooh. And is your mom lesbian?
No.
All right. How's she with the gay part of you?
Okay. Surprisingly.
She's all right. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably not a physical problem. I mean, your penis functions fine when you're on your own, right?
Yeah.
You just got some weird things going through your mind when you're sodomizing guys.
Okay.
All right. So
some PTSD, some post-traumatic stress.
Right. So maybe hook up with a therapist, talk about openly your problems, see if you can hash it out, and then feel free to have a lot of sex.
Okay.
All right, but you wear that condom, right?
Of course.
And maybe if you had a boyfriend, like a steady thing, it might work out.
Well, I have before, and even then it doesn't really work, but I don't know. I've been trying to avoid relationships lately because of just, in case you haven't known, in the gay culture, there's just a little bit of drama with relationships. I've been trying to get away from it.
There is. What's the drama? I would imagine there's drama in just about every department in the gay lifestyle. Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the drama with the relationships?
There's people sleep with somebody and gossip. Like, gay men tend to gossip a lot.
So
I'm not really feminine, and I try to be like as butch as possible. I don't have a whole lot of gay friends. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a closeted heterosexual or something.
Well, I mean, there's the, this is probably not going to comfort you much, but it's something theory I've formed from doing this show for many years, which is you wonder if you were put on this planet to be gay, or if the guy who molested you when you were young didn't send you in that direction a little bit. And so maybe you're not sort of, I don't know, biologically gay, for lack of a better term. You ever feel that way? Do you feel torn?
No. I mean, there's never been attraction towards women for me at all, since I can remember.
Okay. All right. Well, a little therapy and work on the molestation thing, and then you get yourself a nice boyfriend, and it all works out.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, Tony. And
Thank
listen, don't, you're 18. Give yourself a break.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be in too big a hurry to do anything.
Okay.
You're fine. All right?
Okay. Thank you guys very much.
All right. Hey, good times, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk to Patrick, who's 16. Patrick?
Hi.
Hey.
I just want to say, first off, I love the show, and Adam, you're a really smart guy, and Dr. Drew, you're, like, half of the part why I want to be a doctor.
Half of the part?
Yeah.
What's the other part?
I don't know, I just really love it.
Oh, good for you. What's going on?
I'm a recovering addict, and I've been sober for about 2 years now.
Wow, you got sober when you were 14?
Yeah.
Woo.
And, well, I kind of don't know if I should start dating, but I want to, but I'm afraid it'll lead into a relapse because people that I've sponsored and stuff like that, I always see that
they always go out on a relationship, don't they?
Yeah, like right off the bat, they get sober, and then all of a sudden they jump the gun.
Yeah, it happens all the time. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a sort of a simplistic way of thinking about that, I believe, is that that person that you were, the addict, sort of gets reformed or sort of fit into the mix with a relationship. You haven't changed enough to be able to select a partner that's grown also. You tend to sort of regress when you pick partners to kind of gratify some of that old stuff.
Right.
Do you have a therapist also?
Yeah.
Right, work with the therapist on how to pick someone and what you're feeling, and work it through that way. And then go ahead and pick someone. I think 2 years is a good period of time. You're working in therapy. It's time to start experimenting a little bit.
Well, but Patrick, if you go into a relationship thinking this one's going to send me back to the drugs, then it probably will. I mean, if you go in there with a sort of preconceived notion,
well,
don't you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy?
No, because it just happens to happen all the time. I think what you need to do is really learn how to read yourself. Be very cautious about attractions, and realize some of those attractions may come from traumas.
But don't you think, Patrick, that this is a little bit of an excuse to avoid relationships?
A little bit.
Okay.
I'm just like, I just don't want to go back to the way I was. It's just
all right.
scary.
Well, then, I don't know.
Extremely healthy. Extremely healthy.
Sit it out a little longer.
Sit it out. Don't be in a hurry, but work with your therapist on see what kind of people you attract. Learn to read your feelings about them and how to make choices on who you should and shouldn't be with, and go real slow. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Henry.
Yeah.
You're not a sober guy, are you?
What do you mean?
I mean, you never had a big problem with drugs or booze or anything like that.
I got drunk about 3 times in my life. Between the ages of 17 and 17, I didn't like it.
And same with drugs?
Mm-hmm.
So for you, it was just never something you were into?
I thought it was a drag. It was really depressing and really boring, and I didn't like being out of control in that kind of way.
Right. So you don't do it because you ain't into it, not because someone made you stop?
No, I never had a career in any kind of chemical or substance abuse. I was too busy trying to,
Hey, you ever have a drink?
No.
I mean, like you get off stage, you bust your ass, you get back to your hotel room, you don't want to put down a few beers?
Oh, no, I got no taste for that stuff at all.
Wow.
I don't touch alcohol.
Adam, I know you find that shocking.
Couldn't be bothered.
You got any booze or pot you're not using that I could have? No?
No, but I got some phone numbers of some women who might be interested in you.
All right. Good times. Talk off the air. And does your family have any substance abuse, any alcoholism?
Not that I know of, no.
I just don't have it. God bless you.
My parents were very hardworking people. They were all about, whatever business they were into and stuff, and there was never, like, alcohol around the house.
They fought sober.
My mom had the occasional glass of white wine with her green salad, and that's about it.
Yeah. I got the same mom, although she has half a glass of white wine, and she's out of control.
Then she lights up her bong.
Yeah, she smoked a little weed back in the day. Everyone was doing it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. How dare you. John?
Yeah?
Hey, you know what's something funny? I was just thinking about my family. My sister and her family moved into my second house. It's bad news. I got a second house so I could have a wood shop and a place to play basketball and play in the pool. And but if you're Carolla, how long is it going to take before another Carolla jumps in there and squats the place? Well, for me, I spent about 9 months refurbishing the place, building the place, busting my ass in the place. Then it was vacant for about 4 months, and now my sister's in there. But something funny happened. The air conditioning was on the fritz. And Henry, I don't know when the last time you were in L.A. was, but it is damn hot out here.
So I've heard.
Yeah, it is miserable hot. And the air's on the fritz. And you know how much power the air sucks when you put that central air on and you keep it on about 11 hours a day. And I was just thinking to myself, I know I'm paying this electricity bill, so I'm in no hurry to fix this thing. So my sister and her husband are like, boy, it's really hot in here. Who's going to fix this air? And I'm like, don't worry, I'm going to get around to it. I called my guy. We worked it out, but it may take a little while. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to save myself a few bucks. Well, she calls my stepdad, who's an electronics engineer, and he calls me yesterday, and he goes, well, I went over there, I took a look at it, I couldn't fix the thermostat, but I put a little jumper wire on it. Now, the problem is the thing stays on constantly now because I had to jump the circuit, but it works, don't worry. I myself, holy Christ. Now the thing's on 24/7. Now I'm hustling out there to fix it. It's just funny when you put together those little plans in your head. I'm going to save myself $150, let them fry over there for a week. Now it's on constantly.
Well, I'm so glad I don't have a family to deal with.
Oh, Henry, you are so blessed not to have a family. They'd be in your place right now while you're in New York eating.
Yeah, they'd be in a compound in the back.
Henry, you're not big fans of your family?
I'm just not a big fan of just having to call people and be a certain place for Thanksgiving and all that stuff. I just think it's utterly miserable and time-consuming, and no one really is all that into it, but they put on that facade that they are because of some weird moral and civic obligation that was beaten into their frontal lobes at an early age. So I just like to come and go when I please, live in my underwear, goof around on eBay, and just do whatever I want all the time when I'm home, and I enjoy my...
Henry should write greeting cards.
Wait till you have kids.
Hallmark. Oh,
never going to happen.
But Henry, you're like me in that, like, you're selfish in a certain sense. That you're
don't... only selfish when you're taking up somebody else's time. If you're selfish on your own time, more power to you.
Right.
If you know what you like, then go for it.
Right, but you have your life, which is about being out, in front of people on stage, doing things, and then when you're alone, you like to be alone, right?
Yeah.
And you like that you like that putzing around in your underpants, screwing around on the internet.
Oh yeah, whatever interests you, yeah, sure.
And that feeling of like just being able to get up and leave whenever you want to get up and leave, and come home whenever you want to come home.
Yeah, there's that thing when you wake up with the girl on Sunday morning in L.A. and she goes, let's go to the farmer's market. And it makes me go, oh, my God, get out of my house. And I got to take her back to the strip mall from which I abducted her from. And
that's right.
Get the duct tape off her ankles and send her on her way.
I don't know where you know what, you see, I share some of the same feelings Henry has, and I think it's because we're both brought up in sort of hands-off, crappy, narcissistic families that didn't really pay that much attention to us,
right?
And now we don't feel like paying that much attention to anybody else.
Right.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, of course.
You guys have that, Henry?
Like you, I work really hard. I'm on the road 9-10 months a year in like 20 countries. I'm jamming. I'm sleeping like 3 to 5 hours a day. When I come home, I don't want to see anybody. I'm peopled out. I shake like 50 hands a day. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying when I go home, I just want to hear nothing but the records and I want to hear, and the books I want to read, and the backyard with the birds. That's it.
Yeah, and I wonder if, I sometimes wonder about this in myself, but I'll wonder about it for Henry, too. I wonder if, I have this theory that being on stage and shaking 50 hands a day is a sort of unnatural place to be for your mind.
Oh, sure. Have all the different countries.
Even though it's exciting, it still sort of wreaks havoc on your mind. And I think
it definitely gives you a different sense of what is yours. Because when you're recognizable, as I'm sure you've run into this, you kind of walk around in a glass house where people just walk right up to you no matter what you're doing, where, and they start talking to you. Even knocking on the door of a men's room stall, which has happened to me many times. And something to sign gets shoved underneath. And it's kind of invasive.
Well, yeah. No, I'll tell you, the two things I notice are, one, if you're talking on a cell phone, that means nothing to someone who wants to come up and say hi, because technically it's a phone, but not really because you're not at home. They'll just come up and start talking into your free ear. And the next thing that drives me a little nutty, and generally I don't have a problem with anybody in the public and all that stuff, but people come up and they'll go, hey, Adam, what's happening? And I'll think, oh, I got to stop because I know this dude from high school, or he works over at K-Rock, or I'm spacing him out. Maybe he was a guest on the show. And you stop and you go up to him and you do that fakey thing. Hey, dude, what's up? Hey, Adam, love the man show. And you start thinking, wait a minute, I don't know this guy. I'm standing here talking to him. The car door's open, and I'm just having a chat with a guy I thought I had to be nice to. All right. Henry?
Yeah.
We might think about bunking up when you come back in town, you know? Living together, hanging out.
This could be how you get your sister out of your party house.
What?
Put Henry in there.
Yeah, hey, have me move in and just say, here's your new roommate.
Henry?
This is Henry.
Right. See, Lauren, he'll be in his underpants the entire time, and he'll need the computer for eBay. John?
Hi.
You're 15. What's up?
Not much. I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller. I just want to say first off, Adam, you are the bomb. You are the best of them all. And Drew, you're pretty awesome yourself.
Well, thanks, John. What's your question?
Are you saying that he's coming in a second to Adam?
I'm coming close to measuring up to the world's greatest.
There you go, Drew.
Yes,
divine intervention.
I'm not saying that. I mean, you guys are like on the same level. I'm just saying that I think Drew's a little bit more funny.
Adam is.
Adam, sorry.
Right. I was this close to killing myself, by the way, John. Just took the revolver out of my mouth and stuffed it back to my waistband. All right, so what's your question, John?
Well, you see, okay, my ex-girlfriend, she's kind of loony. She thinks she's this made-up character from an anime, a Japanese cartoon, and she's, like, obsessed with it. I mean, when I went out with her, she tried to convince me that I was one of the characters, and right now she's trying to convince one of my good friends that he is. That way he'll go out with her. And it's kind of screwy. I mean, I'm trying to get her to stop. I mean, he can't get her to stop because he has a problem with being blunt and just up forward with her. So,
you mean he can't speak his mind?
He can't speak his mind. No, he's really just more quiet. You know, he'll just nod his head and go with it.
Okay. How long has this been your girlfriend?
She's my ex-girlfriend now, thankfully.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that would be a year, 2 weeks ago.
Well, why are you so connected with her?
Because she just keeps on taking the stuff to the next level. I mean, she keeps on introducing new people.
No. Why are you involved?
Do whatever she wants. Why are you so involved? It's been a year. You're 15. That's a long time at 15.
Well, I'm very I'm very active in church, and she is as well. So I see her a lot through church activities and church camp. I mean, we don't go out and hang out or anything like that. The only time I see her is through a church activity.
Does any adult know that she's got this weird preoccupation?
No, not that I know of. I mean,
what is your basic worry, that she's going to pull your friend into this cartoon realm or something?
Well, yeah, she's already done it with this one, her best friend, and it's kind of screwed up.
No, what is your fear? Why are you involved?
Am I involved? Well, because I want to look out for my friend.
And what is you afraid is going to happen to him?
I'm afraid that she'll just, go nuts on him one of these days. I mean, she's been obsessed with him for the last 3 years.
Is he currently her?
Look, you're scared that they're going to have sex.
Is he currently her boyfriend?
Huh?
Is he currently her boyfriend?
Luckily, no.
Are you kind of into her still?
Oh, no. Please, no. I got this new chick I'm into, but...
All right, well, wait a second. Hold on, John. You got a new chick you're into. She's not animated, right?
Right.
It's not Jessica Rabbit or anything.
Pay more attention to her, man. Leave a cartoon woman alone. Just let her be.
I'm just trying to look out for my friend. I mean,
just tell your friend, hey, buddy, you're a real person and not a cartoon, and don't let it.
Be supportive of your friend. Let him know what experiences you've had with her, and he'll make his own choices. That's up to him.
I had to do this with one of my buddies. I had to.
Hey, wait. Yeah. This church group. Are you Christians?
Yes, I am very Christian, non-dominational.
Well, then just forgive her.
I have forgiven her. I'm just...
what's the rub, Christian?
Turn the other cheek.
It's all good now.
Yeah.
Adam...
Hey, John, please, stop obsessing over this screwball, would you? It's been a year. You got a new chick. Focus on her. I agree with Henry. And you know what you can do with your friend is something I had to do when I was about John's age. Was he thought he was animated, so I had to whack him with a frying pan and show him that his head did not take the shape of the frying pan.
Right, and he woke up and he was Marianne.
Oh, shut up. No one knows what you're talking about. I also did that thing where I tried to pull his eyelids and snap them like a shade. All right.
Do that with his tongue, too?
I can't figure out what John's deal is. What is John's deal?
I have a feeling this girl may be really quite disturbed, and it's just troubling for him to see that, and he doesn't know what the hell to do about it, and it will out with time, and he should tell his friend to be careful, that's all.
All right. We're going to take ourselves a little break. Henry Rollins is over there in New York. We'll hear something off the new Rollins Band CD when we come back. Hey! Hey, Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Long Beach Dub All-Stars coming in here a little bit later this week. Jerry Manthe from Survivor 2 will be in here. I think she's in Playboy right now. And Henry Rollins. Well, I'm sure has been asked to pose in Playgirl before. Henry, is that true?
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah, interesting. That's kind of nice, right?
Whatever. I passed, of course.
I'm sure you did, but it is kind of nice. I mean, Drew, don't you wish... Drew, wait a minute. Has anyone ever asked you?
No.
No. Be nice, though, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a little dual spread with the microphone, sort of...
where it should be.
Yeah. All right. All right. Henry Rollins over there in New York, and we're going to hear something off the Nice CD, which is out tomorrow or today, depending on when you're hearing this show. That is August 21st. You can also find Henry on www.henryrollins.com. That'll give you information about upcoming tour dates, books, and all that stuff. So we'll hear that in a minute. Meanwhile, we'll talk to Georgia is 30. Georgia?
Yes.
What's up?
Oh, hey, Adam, I just wanted to say, love you, love the Man Show.
Great.
And Dr. Drew, it's wonderful that your message of education is out there because it's sorely needed. I actually had an 18-year-old coworker that did not know that once you have a baby, your periods come back. She thought they go away forever.
Nice. So she's busy trying to get pregnant. So
I hope she wasn't.
What's going on?
But I have a question. I work at a grocery store, and there are a lot of coworkers that smoke. And every once in a while, I'll have dreams about smoking, where I find myself in dreams smoking frequently, or sometimes it's a dream where I'm actually dreaming of smoking myself. And
you were a smoker?
Huh? No.
You were never a smoker? Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that's the nicotine or just this is just working its way into my dreams because I see it.
Yeah, it's just around you. I mean, there are using dreams that people have from stimulants, which nicotine is a stimulant, that are really common when people are in the early stages of abstinence from nicotine, cocaine, speed. Alcohol does that too to some extent. But you have to have a using dream. If you're just sort of picking it up in your dreams, that's because you're around it all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, I also have I've had a lot of dental work in my life, and I have dreams about my teeth falling out and stuff too.
Yeah, the teeth falling out thing is actually not about dental work. It's about it's anxiety.
That's oral sex.
It's often you grinding your teeth at night. It's anxiety. That's an anxiety symptom.
That's interesting.
I used to have. Imagine me. I had that all the time. I'd be spitting my teeth out one after another. All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have dreams where I'm trying to shoot somebody, but the bullets come out so slow, I have to run out next to them and push them at the person I'm trying to shoot.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Nice.
Good
Hey,
time.
Georgia?
Yes.
Why don't you try putting on one of those nicotine patches before you go to bed?
Oh, no, thank you.
All right, you're fine there, man. How's it going over there at the market?
So, it's an annoying, crappy job, but I've got to pay for graduate school somehow.
But you're getting a union there, right?
Yeah, actually, I work at a grocery store that is actually unionized.
Yeah.
What are you studying? What are you studying?
Oh, I'm going to TWU. Graduated from University of North Texas with a Bachelor of Fine Arts. Right now I'm going for my master's.
In what?
In painting and drawing.
Oh, interesting.
All right. I'm sure you'll part of that, lay that into a nice junior college teaching gig.
Yeah, actually, that's what I plan to do.
There you go. All right, baby. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, good times. All right.
Hey, so what about a song?
All right. You know what I find myself doing, which is probably a bad habit and maybe a little bit condescending, is telling people I have semi-crappy jobs that their job sounds pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you find that annoying if I was telling that to you? Like you had some crappy job bagging groceries. It's like, oh, no, you're doing good for yourself. I think it's condescending. I should stop doing that.
I thought you really meant it.
Well, I mean it. You know why? Because I think of myself as a carpenter in a weird way.
Yeah.
So to me, getting paid $16.75 and having full benefits and 2 weeks off a year for bagging canned goods sounds like a pretty good gig.
Yeah.
And like a credit union.
And actually, both you and I remember, a phase in life when that was like something we strived for.
I tried to get a gig over at like a bunch of markets.
So it is easy to get excited for somebody who has that job.
Well, I don't know about excited, but now I think it's a little obnoxious. Now I'm going to stop. All right. Hey, you know what's funny? I don't know why, but a guy came up my stairs tonight to deliver a package at like 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
And I always yell at people who are coming up my stairs just because I figure I'll scare them because I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I yelled beat it to the census guy once. And I yelled that this poor guy was dropping off some papers, you know, I had like a package for me to sign. I just yelled hey, what do you want? Or no, I said, who are you? So I figure, like, might as well scare the guy, you know, in case he's coming up to kill me or something.
Right, sure.
But anyway, it turned out the guy was real nice. He just wanted me to sign something, so I felt bad, so I gave him some beers. That sounds good, right?
Yeah, so he could drive off?
No, he sat and drank them out on my porch.
And then he drove off.
Yeah,
nice. Good.
Delivery man. Big
That's
deal.
good.
All right, let's hear something from Henry Rollins over here. This from the Rollins Band. CD is named Nice, and this is called Up For It. That is the Rollins Band, and a cool song. A little bit of a departure, I might say, for Henry, and it really worked. Man, it sounded great.
Well, we're trying to do something a little different, you know.
You certainly achieved that. You should have seen the studio there. Everyone was rocking, hands above their head. It's like some kind of revival going on. Yeah, nice. I enjoyed that. Who sung on that?
My manager knows these amazing women who sing on sessions, and he said, why don't you bring them in and we'll try this out. And I've never really brought in session people before, so I reluctantly said okay. And they came in and they knocked it out. It sounded good.
Yeah, it sounded like fun, too.
Yeah, they're really cool.
All right.
When you hear them talking before the song, that's how they are. They're just very up people, so.
Right. Chinese ladies?
No. 4 black chicks, very fun to be around, really neat. They wanted to go on tour with us immediately.
Well, I mean, if you did take them on tour, how often would you bring them out on stage? I mean, how many songs do you have where they could sing?
They're on 2 songs on the record. It would be a huge expense that I couldn't afford,
right.
So it's out of the question. But I love their enthusiasm.
But if you did like Up For It on Saturday Night Live or something like that, Letterman or something like that, you could bring them out for that, right?
Oh yeah, I hope to do that on one of those shows this year and bring out the gals and the whole thing. They're totally into it.
Mark, you're 17. You're on Loveline.
Yeah, Henry, you are like the best comedian with your spoken word stuff I've ever heard of.
Oh, thanks, man.
And my brother is just about as big a fan as I am, if not more. Well, Adam and Drew, you're cool by default for having Henry on your show.
All right.
And I was wondering about tour dates in the Bakersfield, California area for spoken word.
Where are you in California?
Bakersfield.
Yeah, I think we'll be playing, we're playing the House of Blues in Los Angeles at the end of this month, and then we're going to Petaluma and San Francisco, so we're not really getting near Bakersfield, but you should drive in to L.A. for the show.
But that's not going to be spoken word, that's going to be Rollins Band, right?
This is banned until August of next year.
Until August?
Well, until August of 2002. It's a very long tour.
So no more spoken word for you?
I'll be doing a month of shows in November, just a bunch of university dates. I already did 71 talking shows this year, so
wow.
It's time to rock out.
Get some! Hey, Mark.
Yeah?
Hey, you're a big fan of Henry. Why don't you just come out and see the band? He'll talk in between songs. You know, he'll go, like, this next one is called Up For It, and then he'll go into the song. You get the talking and the playing.
Sounds cool. I had another question for him.
All right.
Possibility of getting an autographed CD. What are the chances of that?
You come to the show, you hang out by the bus after the show. I sign anything thrust in front of me on my way to the bus, so that's the best way to do it. If you send something in, I'm rarely at the office. You'd have to wait probably up to about 10 months.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, come out to the House of Blues show in L.A. You and your brother can trek out here from Bakersfield.
What day is that?
28, 29, something like that.
Of August?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Mark?
Yep.
I don't know. Do they allow computers in Bakersfield now? Because I know they didn't for a while. You got them over there?
Well, that whole Black Sabbath album thing kind of wiped a lot of them out, but yeah,
right.
They allow computers.
Yeah, do the www.henryrollins.com, and I bet you'll be able to find out some information.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Thanks.
Good times. I don't know why I was being so nice to him. The only reason we're cool is because Henry's on the show.
No.
But maybe now, I got a quick question for Mark. Hey, Mark? Oh,
he's gone.
He left. See, I'm taking it that because Henry's on the show every 9 months or a year, that makes us cool for the whole year.
Good question.
It may not just be the nights that he's on.
No, we need to figure out what doses we need to remain cool, see?
Right. All right, Henry Rollins is over there being cool in New York. We're out here in L.A. as per usual. We'll take a little break, and we'll come right back. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Henry Rollins is our guest tonight over there. Coming up on 3 a.m. New York time, and he's out in the studio over there, and we appreciate him staying up and hanging out with us. Nice is the name of the new CD, out tomorrow, out
Just be
today,
nice.
Out the 21st of August, everybody. Let's power through a few more calls here. Gemma?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I had a nose job and a boob job about 10 years ago, and I'm having problems with both of them. And at the time, it was right before they stopped allowing you to have silicone breast implants for the first time if you didn't have a mastectomy.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kind I have is called double lumen. The inner sac has silicone and the outer sac has saline.
Mm-hmm.
And they started feeling funny. And so I went back to my surgeon, and we did a mammogram. They said a mammogram's normal, but you know when a blanket is like crumpled on the bed and it has those ruffles in it, that's how it feels.
Uh-huh.
It's not hard, like it's scar tissue, but
It's like it's leaking a little bit.
yeah, like it's leaking. And so I'm just concerned that if the saline portion leaked, what's to keep the, silicone from leaking? And nice sound effects.
What's going on with your nose?
I have a deviated septum. I didn't have one before. So on the one side, I just can hardly ever breathe through it, and I'm
Ugh.
always having problems with my nose.
Awful.
And I wondered if either of these could be causing extreme lethargy, because I've also had that problem and not been able to get to the bottom of it. And
Well, the
See how God punishes vanity, by the way?
I know.
The deviated septum could be disturbing your sleep.
Yeah, I think
You could be having abnormal sleep, and even subtle changes in your sleep can really make you fatigued during the day.
because it's really not normal. I'll go to the gym and work out, but then I come home and I have to lay down, or in the middle of working out, I have to lean on a counter because I'm so exhausted.
And there were some recent publications about sort of fibromyalgia and those types of syndromes in people who do have the silicone leak. So that does seem to happen in those situations. But
it does?
It does.
Okay, because all the stuff I've ever heard about the silicone stuff is that they never really got any concrete evidence
In terms
on
of
it.
true rheumatic disease, but in terms of sort of fatigue, that's the one that sort of sticks around.
They still look great, but I did have a guy I was dating say, "What's that?" Like when he felt an area that was kind of, not right, kind of felt like a fold or.
Well, where'd he go to finishing school? How big are they? What's that?
Well, you can just kind of feel where it doesn't feel right. It just like I said, it feels like how a blanket looks when it kind of has ruffles.
It feels like a little serrated, like there's little speed bumps in it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like playing a washboard.
Yeah. So I just
You can get a Zydeco band with those things. How big are they?
They're 30-60. They're not huge.
All right.
And it was the most painful surgery I've ever gone through because they went into the muscle, and if you can imagine somebody reaching in your chest and pulling your muscle away from your breastbone, I don't really want to go through it again.
Well, I've had the procedure done, so I know.
Okay. So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, what's the plastic surgeon say?
Well, he said he thinks that the saline may have leaked and that he could do the surgery again and replace them, and he wants to replace them with just silicone.
Right, which is back in again.
Yeah.
Why just silicone? Oh,
they're
we're back?
better. They're more natural, yeah.
Well, they feel better. Listen, I've felt a silicone sac, just the actual sac in my hand, and the saline sac, and actually Anderson's nut sac. I felt at the same time because I want to get some perspective. The silicone felt the best.
Yeah.
But when they were going to put them in, I did a lot of research, and I asked the doctor, are these going to be good for life? I'm a pretty young person. I was only 22 at the time. When I'm 80, are these still going to be good? And he said, you can run them over with the car, they won't burst. And then
these surgeries are rarely a one-time thing. They're usually a lot of revisions.
All right. I mean, look, everything needs... the 10-year paint on your house has to be redone once in a while.
Yeah.
You got to go back.
Yep.
You got to deal with the plastic surgeon. And, this is one of those nothing's free kind of things.
Yep.
Right?
But a lot of people don't realize that it's not a one-time thing. There's often some revisions involved.
Dean?
Often.
Yeah.
Dean, you're 32.
Pardon me? Yes, I am.
What's up?
Yeah, had a question for Henry there, and I just wanted to tell you guys you're doing a great job on the show. And
well, thanks.
I live in America for about 7-8 months out of the year, and I live in Australia the other time of the year.
What do you do there?
I own a consulting company, an internet consulting company, computers and networking. And I'm not here to plug the company. I just I was listening to Henry, and I've listened to him before, and I've caught some of his acting that he's done on the shows that he's been on, and I kind of appreciate him behind the music. The music's good, but the perception of what he stands for is what's captivating, and I appreciate his, if you will, his morale behind it. And I wanted his opinion about what he thought this next era of music is going to offer, because we've got the Britneys and the Backstreet Boys as opposed to what rock really used to be. And I just thought I'd kind of chat him up a second and see what he thought about that.
All right. What do you say, Henry?
I'll give you my densest, most concentrated version of the answer, which I can go very long on.
Yeah.
If you remember your music history from the last several years, it's always a cycle. You know, by the late 70s, you've got all that quaaluded out rock, and then the punk rockers came in and kind of blew the stuffings out of the scene and woke everyone up. And then that turned into new wave, and it got all very safe and very boring. And then the hair bands started coming out of the cracks in the walls, and Bon Jovi had a silly blonde hair stack and his tinfoil trench coat, not handing out flowers from a cherry picker. And then Kurt Cobain and company came in, and all of a sudden poor old Bon Jovi is wearing flannel and stripping his hair down, saying, "Oh, I always looked like this." And so basically, I think right now we're in one of those musical resting periods before the next new breeze blows in and knocks the hell out of what's standing around. What you have happen is you have music that can exist only when there's nothing strong enough to knock it out, like Vanilla Ice. He sold 7 million records until everyone came out of their weird American stupor and went, "What the hell was I thinking?" And they
careful. I like him. Careful.
Yeah, well, you would. But anyway, I think we're in a phase like that where in a few years from now, used record stores are going to be overrun with 5-inch pieces of zinc-coated plastic with the likes of Britney Spears and these other bands of today, and everyone's going to wake up and go, "Whoa. Where's my Allman Brothers CD?" and so I'm looking forward to this, because whenever there's that musical change, when the new breeze comes in and blows out the old, I always have a good 2-year ride. So I'm looking forward to whatever's coming in to knock the crap out of what's kind of filthifying the contemporary music scene today, which I think is just basically well-traveled by a bunch of little pussy bands who I could just grind up in my rear molars.
Hey, Dean?
Yeah.
Does that cover it for you?
Yeah, it pretty much does, because I'm not a music expert or a connoisseur, but growing up from the late 70s, as far as, being born in 69, and, late 70s is when I started to really know what music was, and I've seen the change, and the comment was made, have we evolved to Britney Spears being on top of the heap and whatnot? And I'm not a hardcore metal fan, or I'm not a Kenny G fan. I've got a variance of appreciation of all music, and Henry is there. He's in the running, and I've really latched on to what he stood for over the years, and he hasn't done the fad bandwagon thing. And I just thought I'd chat him up and see what he thought about it, because it seems like...
All right. Wow. Woo! Dean should do some spoken word.
That's right.
Wow, that guy's he's got some wind in his sail. No, we appreciate it, Dean, but we got to go to break, and I think Henry answered your question quite eloquently. We'll take ourselves a little break, and we'll be right back. Everybody.
There we go.
There you go. We thank Henry Rollins for coming on the show tonight. Nice. Name of the CD. Go out there and get that. Drew,
get the mic? Yeah, that's good. I got to get that in before the show's over.
All right. You want to punch it one more time for tomorrow night?
No.
There you go.
I want to.
All right. Tomorrow night, Jerry Manthe from Survivor 2 going to be in here talking about Playboy and all that good stuff. Long Beach Dub All-Stars coming up on Wednesday. And until next time, Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Yes, I am very Christian, non-dominational.
Well, then just forgive her.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingle. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.